Have you ever sat at a table with friends or family, eating a perfectly decent lunch or supper, and listened powerless while the conversation gradually shifts to the subject of culture, art, or the world? Don't be alarmed. Instead, ready yourself with some incredible world facts that will make you appear well-versed. Amazing facts that will leave everyone speechless. These are the 15 unbelievable fun facts about the world. Number 1. The Mount Everest is bigger now than the last time it was measured. Mount Everest may not have grown physically, having attained maturity a long time ago, but the most recent survey conducted by surveyors from China and Nepal shows the mountain peak to be taller than previously imagined. According to NPR, previous observations have ranged from 29,002 feet above sea level in 1856 to 20,029 feet in 1955. Due to plate tectonics, researchers have finally determined that Mount Everest stands at a massive 29,031.69 feet, following a lengthy process of surveying the peak with GPS sensors. Number 2. Glaciers and ice sheets hold about 69% of the world's freshwater. According to the United States Geological Survey's Water in Crisis, a guide to the world's freshwater resources, the seas hold just over 96% of the total amount of water on the planet, USGS. That is, however, largely saltwater. Because 68.7% of the world's freshwater is locked in ice caps, perpetual snow, and glaciers, you'll have to go to the poles to find it. Number 3. There are fossilized plants in Greenland under 1.4 kilometers of ice. The Greenland ice sheet covers over 80% of Greenland, making it the biggest and possibly the only relic of the Pleistocene glaciations in the northern hemisphere, according to Britannica. But has it always been that icy? Researchers discovered well-preserved fossil plants and proteins at the bottom of a 1.4 kilometers core sample obtained in 1966 at Camp Century during the Cold War, indicating that the huge sheet melted and reformed at least once in the last million years. Number 4. The best place in the world to see rainbows is in Hawaii. If you're a big fan of rainbows and want to see more of them, go no further than Hawaii. The area's mountains produce sharp gradients in clouds and rainfall, which are key to abundant rainbow sightings, according to a study published by the American Meteorological Society in 2021. Air pollution, pollen, and a large amount of cresting waves also help to put Hawaii at the top of the list when it comes to rainbow quantity and quality. Number 5. New creatures have been found in deep-sea volcanoes. Finding previously unknown organisms in the depths of the ocean may sound like something out of a science fiction horror film. But a 2020 study of a deep-sea volcano near New Zealand published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America discovered over 90 putative bacterial and archaeal genomic families and nearly 300 previously unknown genera. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Number 6. Climate change is causing flowers to change color. Don't worry, your beloved red roses won't become blue overnight, but an increase in UV radiation produced by the ozone layer's deterioration in recent decades has led flowers all around the world to change. According to a 2020 study led by Clemson University experts, UV pigmentation in flowers has grown over time, resulting in pollen destruction. Although we can't notice the color change, pollinators like bees are drawn to the vibrant hues that flowers create. Number 7. Dentistry is the oldest profession in the world. Dentistry dates back to when humans first had teeth, well, not quite that far back. One research, however, discovered evidence of teeth drilling in skulls dating from 7,500 to 9,000 years ago. A prehistoric bow drill was most likely used to make the holes. Could that be the first dentist's work? According to the BBC, one rotting tooth in the jaw had been carefully scrubbed and scraped with a tool according to study undertaken by the University of Bologna, Italy on a 14,000-year-old skull. That makes dentistry one of the oldest documented professions, which is certainly cause for celebration. Number 8. There's only one country in the world that doesn't use the metric system. Most of the world's more than 200 countries use the metric system to describe length and mass for the purpose of simplicity. However, 3 countries have recently stood out: Liberia, Myanmar, and the United States. According to the Liberian Observer, Liberia's Commerce and Industry Minister Wilson Tarpa stated in 2018 that the government planned to adopt the metric system in order to enhance accountability and transparency in trade. Myanmar followed suit, leaving the United States as the lone holdout. Number 9. There are around 4 quadrillion bacteria on Earth. Bacteria aren't all nasty. In truth, some of those little biological cells are beneficial to humans and help the globe in a variety of ways. According to NPR, there are around 4 quadrillion individual microorganisms on our planet. Number 10, Africa and Asia are home to nearly 90% of the world's rural population. The thriving city or expansive suburb is not for everyone. According to Reuters, many people still live outside of cities, particularly in India, which has the biggest number of people living in rural areas. About 893 million people reside outside of the city. With 578 million people living outside of major cities, China has a sizable rural population. Number 11, there are more than 24 time zones around the world. We would have 24 time zones if the Earth's time zones were each 1 hour apart, which seems simple enough. The situation, though, is a little more difficult. Because many time zones differ by only 30 or 45 minutes, they don't fit neatly into a 24-hour range, implying that there are more than 24, though it's difficult to specify how many. Number 12, California is home to the artichoke capital of the world. Castroville is a small town in California that grows a lot of artichokes and other vegetable crops because of the year-round pleasant weather. As a result, it produces 99.9% of all commercially farmed artichokes and has earned the moniker artichoke capital of the world. Number 13, there's a website that tracks the world's population in real time. The global population is expected to reach more than 7.8 billion people by 2021. If you want to see the increase in real time, visit the World Population Clock, which displays the ups and downs as babies are born and people die. You can also see current population figures for various countries. Number 14, Copenhagen is the most bike-friendly city in the world. Many cities around the world are attempting to accommodate cyclists and encourage residents to use the environmentally friendly mode of transportation. That's why Copenhagen has become such a role model. Wired claims it's the world's most bike-friendly city. Number 15, all the ants on Earth weigh about as much as all the humans. The total number of people on the planet hasn't even reached 8 billion. At any given time, there are 10 quadrillion individual ants crawling about. According to wildlife presenter Chris Packham, who spoke about this on the BBC in 2014, all of those ants combined would weigh roughly the same as all of us humans.